I'm going to be doing a really quick, simple eye makeup look that you can use with any palettes, any colours. But today I'm going to be using Makeup Obsession Intoxicated with Love. Wonderful, wonderful makeup range, Makeup Obsession. They're part of Revolution, I believe, as well. And you can buy them in Superdrug. Superdrug always have offers on. But you know what impresses me about this makeup brand? They are so pigmented. And I've been doing makeup for 15 odd years. I've used some of the, high-end brands, MAC, Dior, Lancome. They're all fantastic, but not everybody has that budget to be able to afford those kind of brands. Thankfully, a lot of the drugstore brands have massively upped their game. So much so, I actually think they're giving these high-end brands a real run for their money. So we're going to use Intoxicated with Love today. And let me just show you some of the colours. Excuse the blurriness. I use an alcohol spray on my palettes. So when I wipe them clean after I sprayed them, it's really hard for me to make it look really clean and lovely. So sorry, it's not a brand new palette. This is my palette, my personal palette that I use. So I've already got a quick base on. I've not got much of a makeup base because the sun is shining. And we're just gonna, my eyebrows are done and I've got a tiny lick of mascara on my lashes. Normally I'd do mascara after I've done my eye makeup, but just for the benefit of the tutorial, just to make it nice and quick and easy for you. I'm going to show you some brushes we're going to be using. Now, again, please excuse them. These are my personal brushes and I was having to play this morning. So I need to clean them again. But these are Revolution Makeup London brushes. Okay, you buy them in a pack like this. We are going to use brushes that you can personally purchase so that you know you can achieve what I'm doing as well. So it's totally... I'm not going to be using Dior, Lancome, Yves Saint Laurent brushes, things that you don't have around you. These are things that you can achieve, you can afford and are realistic. So let me just explain the brushes to you quickly. Usually in a brush set, you get a big fluffy brush with nice loose bristles. You get what's called a blending brush, and then you get either a hard angled brush or a soft angled brush. Okay, this is for detail. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our big fluffy brush and we are going to go in onto this colour here. This is called The One, and I want you to load your brush up, give it a nice look. Here we go, swirl it around, and we're going for the inside corner of the eye like this. Okay, the great thing is, the other thing that I will say, pop on your eyelids if you haven't got any concealer but you've just got foundation. Use a little drop, pop a bit of foundation back of your hand and then pop it over your lid, and then when you use your eye makeup or your eyeshadows, it really helps for the pigment to cling. Do the same on the other inside corner of the eye like this. Okay, that really helps open up the eyes, make them feel really bright. Now with the same brush, this will explain why it's this colour at the moment. We are going to go for some matte colours. Now I don't know the age of the people that are going to be watching this. I'm 40, just sticking my earphone back in. I'm 40 and it's better if I stick to matte colours. If I go for too much shimmer, it can make my eyelids look very fine lined, wrinkly. I don't want that. So we are going for the matte colour In Love, and it looks really scary and dark. Please don't be scared. Okay, this is the colour of it. And we are going to go, see how I'm holding the brush? We are going to go and start like this. Can you see the way that if you hold that, the brush actually goes to the shape of your eye socket? We are not going higher than that crease there. We're just popping the product onto the eye and gently, with barely touching, we're going to gradually blend it towards the inner corner, but we're not going too far. Now obviously it can make your eyelid look a little bit, you're probably thinking, what's she doing? This looks a bit bonkers. Bear with me. Okay. The great thing about pinks, did you know that it goes with any colour eye? And also what it does is putting some warmth under when you're creating an eye look can really help certain colours to pop, blues and greens especially. But this will suit brown eyes as well. Okay, so really simple using that brush. And we're going to do it again for the other side. Now I've got a mirror here as well because my camera's a little bit far away for me to see detail. So again, see how we're doing that? We are following the eye socket, do not go above it. I've got quite big eyes, but this will work for every shape eye. Okay, so blend in towards the inner corner and be light. Don't drag the product. The skin around your eyes is really sensitive, so it's really important that you don't drag or pull or tug, because your poor eyes, we do not want more lines. Now we're going to go for this colour, okay, a little bit darker, and it's called Infatuated. And if you're online dating, you'll want that person to be infatuated with you. I can't believe I've just said that. That is so corny. I'm so sorry. Right, so load your brush up, okay, just at the end. And what we're doing again, if you can see, it's outer corner of the eye, and I want you to follow. Can you see that? Just a tiny bit into the crease, and then we're going to again blend gently, only up to half of the eye. Okay? And I'm patting. Can you see? A tiny bit of rocking and patting motion, because this is a slightly darker pigment. And we'll do the same on the other side. This is a really nice quick tutorial, and you can practice at home. Don't get stressed about it. The great thing is with makeup, much like art, it's subjective and there are no such thing as mistakes. It's makeup, it comes off. Don't worry if you feel like you've done it wrong. You just need to learn how to use your brushes and learn the contour of your face. So now we've done that, we are going to go in and we're going to use a really dark colour. We're going to use Obsessed now. This is a little bit shimmery. Oh, can you see that? Can you see? That one. We're going for Obsessed. And with Obsessed, it's a really dark, quite gooey. It might be gooey because I've just cleaned my palette. But what I want you to do is, see the sharp handled brush there? Look at the way I'm holding it. If you hold it like this, this is what's called a happy eye. And you do not want it to be, don't hold it that way, hold it upwards, because you want to be able to make the eye smile as naff as it's and then switch it when you're going towards or along the lash line. Switch the brush round, can you see? And gently pat along. This is instead of using like an eyeliner. This is a really good way of creating a good a nice look without having to stress over eyeliner at this stage. You can just use a sharp angled brush, and then when you've done that, take it slightly under the eye here, under this eye, under the lash line. Oh gosh, it's really hard working with a camera on your phone and relying on natural light and not a light that I would use in my studio. Here we go. So can you see? Just blending it gently. And then we're going to do the other side as well. See, happy eye, hold, get to learn how to twiddle your brush, okay? So when you're doing, the outside corner, make sure the brush is angled this way. And then as you're going along the lash line, flip it and get as close as you can. And just gentle, tiny little gentle movements. Don't drag it along, you're not dragging it. The smaller the movement, the easier it is to control the pigment. So I'm also trying to look in the mirror. Okay, there we go. So I moved my hair out of the way, I do apologise. And what this does is it just creates a little bit of depth, great for thickening up and making the eyelashes look a little bit thicker as well, and makes it feel a little bit more smoked out as well. This look with a bit of colour, and then do under the eyes as well. There we go, perfect. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go for, it's called True, and it's the black. Don't be scared of black. And we're going to do the same thing, and we're just going over it, but just concentrate again with this way up for the brush, and very gently pat along, just like this. See? And then just on the bottom corner here as well. Okay, and then do the same on the other side. Now, the great thing about this look, you can do this with any colours you like. Most palettes will have this depth of tone in the palette. I will pick out some other palettes as well that you could use. Oh gosh, look at this. This is what happens, look, and thankfully I have some foundation on the back of my hat, always does. There we go. And just like that, with a beauty blender, it is gone. Right, there we go. Blending it out. When you use dark colours, you will get some fallout from the pigment. That's quite normal. It's really hard at this time of year as well, because I suffer really badly with hay fever. I don't know if you do as well. So my poor eyes are very, very, very sensitive. The great thing about these products, I've got to say, is they're not aggravating me. They're not making it worse. It's just a hay fever that is like the challenge at the moment. Here we go. Right. Yeah, that's better. It's just to show you that you can make a mistake and it doesn't matter. So, we have done some of the dark around the lash line, and the other great thing with this colour is this palette as well, we've got some wicked pigments that have got some shimmer and sheen, and although I try and avoid them because of my crepey eyelids, we are going to go and do a bit of a, with the fluffy brush, this is the blending brush, we're going to load it up, and can you see that? Pop it in the middle of the lid like that, like so, and it's amazing what it does, doesn't it? And it just creates like another little dimension to your eye makeup, so it's not so heavy. And then when you close your eyes, you've got some lovely colours. So it's just a little, that's like a really, 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 really quick tutorial on how to do a very, very simple eye makeup look using Intoxicated Love.